Thomastown are 1-2-8. We are underway in this second quarter. It's going to be again Coulson and McGibbon doing the ruck work. Coulson getting the tap, just overrunning it there was Janev, picked up by Hanlon, shrugs a tackle, great hands, over to Lockie Reid, and now an inside 50 entry for St Mary's through Nick Gage. Again off hands, ball spills down. Thomastown with the numbers, but it's just going to be a tackle
high
instead.
tackle.
No, high tackle. Going in the direction of St Mary's and Jack Chachita. So that's the second free kick he's won now as the forward. And now this would be a perfect start to the second term for St Mary's if Jack Chachita, who has made a senior spot his own this year, again, 20 goals in 12 matches coming into today. He's already got one on the board. And the 22-year-old can make it a second and really push this lead out further here for the visitors. It's been great alongside Jeremiah Antipas and a couple of other key forwards, but Chachita as well, with the man on the mark about 30 metres out from goal. He'll kick from a slight angle to give the Borough a perfect start to this second quarter. No worries at all. That's the fifth major of the afternoon for St Mary's. A second for Jack Chachita. And they move to 5-2-32 to Borough. Thomastown 1-2-8, and that was the worst possible start there for Thomastown, Zach.
Yeah, it certainly was. I think the fact that from the first clearance they get it forward and then they concede a set shot based off a high tackle free kick, which is an absolute coach killer that you're able to, an undisciplined type style free kick you're able to give up to start the second quarter. So let's see if they respond though.
Coulson gets tapped down, Rovers his own work, tackled by McGibbon. Just having a bit of chat afterwards, the two ruckmen having a fine battle so far this afternoon. Coulson slaps it forward, but it's intercepted by St Mary's, and they'll go forward yet again. There's a big pack of players there, and it's going to fall in the hands, and the shot on goal will come through Dembrauskas. He just hangs it out to the right-hand side. So another score on the board, but St Mary is just really getting on top here and getting the ball forward.
Well,
and
something's happened behind play here.
Yeah, it looks like it. There's a Thomastown player down, and trainers are attending to him now. And that is Michael Tobacco, who is down on the ground, so he's being helped up. Well, he's still down, actually. The trainers are attending to him, so we'll have a stoppage in play here and hope that's nothing too serious.
Of course, only his second game of the season. Hadn't played senior footy since 2022. Kicked the goal in that game against Lower Plenty only a few weeks ago. It didn't look like it was a non-football act that happened. It must have just been a breakdown.
No remonstration from the Thomastown players, so it looks like it's a non-contact injury, which is bad in itself. So hoping for the best for Michael Tobacco.
He's on his knees, which is okay. You suggest maybe not a lower body injury, but nonetheless, he's in the best of care. Of course, all our trainers medically qualified and trained up to ensure all our players are in the best duty of care. He's on his feet now, and he'll slowly make his way off the ground. So wishing all the best for Michael Tobacco. And in the meantime, St Mary's have had a blistering start to this second quarter as they lead this one now. The first two scoring shots of this game, of this quarter rather, St Mary's. So they've been going pretty well so far, and Thomastown, I just need to find a way to repel it as Tobacco continues to make his way off the ground, and slowly, but at least on his feet and okay. So that is the main thing. Coming on in his place is Anthony Padula, and just his 15th senior game, and of course, as we said, wishing Michael all the best. So it's a lead of 5-3-33 St Mary's. Thomastown are 1-2-8. So we're into the fourth minute now of this second term, as the Borough have had the only two scoring shots of this second term to date. It was a goal to start thanks to Jack Chachita, and now they're behind, which sees Thomastown look to exit defensive 50. And, well, Thomastown, they're going to need to find this ball inside their attacking half and keep it there. Umpire gives the all clear, and we'll get things underway here. Looks like Latang's doing the kick-out duties. He's going to send a very high ball outside defensive 50. Here's Dean again. Almost unopposed, really, to take that intercept mark, and the Borough will look to quickly enter back there. He's got a couple of options inside, and that's Chachita again. This time he wins his own footy, a great contested mark, and he's looking for a third now. I don't want to give the curse, but his two set shots have been deadly accurate so far This time, though, it's a tougher shot, 45-degree angle, and he'll kick from about 35, 40 metres out, but
You're on watch.
he's been reliable so far. It's okay. I know Jack personally, so I'm sure he'll let me know about it. But Jack Chachita now starts his approach. He'll kick, as I said, from maybe just on the paint of 50 here. Comes in. Not a bad-looking kick, just across the face of goal. And a high for the Borough. 5-4-34 to Thomastown 1-2-8. 5.5 gone.
Curse never fails. Always gets you.
Yes, yes.
Well, Thomastown just unable to get this ball out of their defensive half early in this second quarter. And the St Mary's defenders doing well to just hold it in. They're going to kick back to the same area with the last kick out came from. Dean's there. Can't take the mark this time. The ball does come to ground and it is going to be cleared out. Corey just tries to go with the check side and has hit the belly of the ball and sends it out of bounds on the full. So another opportunity here for St Mary's to send this ball forward. And it will be Ben Young with it. Set up a couple of goals with his kicks from defence early. That one is not a good one.
Oh.
Finds McGibbon, comes off his shin, and has gone out of bounds on the full. So a bit of a reprieve here for this Thomastown side. Natoli's going to have it defensive side of the wing. Going over the short kick to Latang. And he's going to just go with a short one into Jolly, who hands it off to LaPiccolo immediately. Sends it inside forward 50.
Oh.
Hayes is there and takes a strong mark for the home side. And will line up for his first of the day and crucial one for Thomastown.
Well, there's that third tall we're talking about that could have gone forward. Hayes has been the one that's been chosen. That's a great strong mark inside forward 50. And that was really good ball movement from Thomastown. They moved it really quickly. It had St Mary's a little bit all over the shot, which allowed that one-on-one, which they've been looking for all afternoon, essentially.
So Jackson Hayes is going to kick from a metre or two inside forward 50. Sends this one on its way. Umpire going out to the right and it will stay there. So another behind for the home side. 1-3-9 the Bears, trailing St Mary's 5-4-34.
He was only looking for his second senior goal. The first senior goal he kicked was when we were out at Lower Plenty just a few weeks ago, pinching in the ruck, and certainly someone capable of playing in the forward half if required as that extra tool. As you said, Zach, as Young's going to clear it away towards the outer side with this kick. Hanlon trying to get to front spot, but too many players around. We'll see another stoppage. So we're 7.5 minutes gone, second quarter. We're in the right area of the ground if you're a Thomastown fan listening, but Hanlon there on his own again. Almost got the handball away clear. McGibbon, and great work here to clear this now. It's Reed who kicks it towards the outer side, but running that one out of bounds is Dan Braskus. So we'll have a boundary throw-in or just brought closer in. Almost true centre wing, outer side. As the ball will be tossed up once again. Tap this time from Coulson. Halewood, he almost overran the footy, just got a handball away. LaPiccolo does well to extract it, but then he's caught by a couple of plays. Still got it out in the end to Dib. Looping handball works now for Thomastown. They go inside 50, not a great kick for Jolly. Still under a bit of pressure here though. The Borough doing great work is Hayes. He got the tackle in, but the handball does work for the Borough. Now the ball hits the deck, a lot of numbers around. Here's Jolly, he gets through to Pack, snaps towards goal and misses to the near side. They move to 1-4-10 now, the Bears. St Mary's to 5-4-34, almost 9 minutes gone, second quarter.
So some better signs in the last couple of minutes for this Thomastown side. They can just hold St Mary's up, hold the ball inside their forward half and convert some of their shots on goal. As Young is called to move it on from the kick out. And he's just going to go with a long ball to that outer side. McGibbon's there. Jolly's flying back for Thomastown. Eventually it comes out for the Bears. And it's tackled and St Mary's going to do the most. So McGibbon gets a handball out. Now a short kick into the middle of the ground. Does find Corelli. And he's going to go with one inside forward 50. And the lead has come from Dambrauskas. Takes the mark right on the paint of 50 outer side. It's going to go with a short ball to a leading option. Dean's there, gets spoiled by a teammate. Antipas comes through, snaps towards goal, and sends another one through for St Mary's. Antipas has his first of the afternoon. St Mary's have 6. They lead 6-4-40. Thomastown 1-4-10.
Yeah, it's just getting a little bit unattainable with the way this game is going, Thomastown, like you said, they were up and about a bit all over St. Mary's just before, and they only got 2 behinds out of it. And St. Mary's, they just get a nice little transition from coast to coast, and Antipas doesn't need to do the big man things, does the little crumbing, kicks a goal, and that's the difference. They're just taking their opportunities at the moment, the Borough.
So the margin is 5 goals, and that is exactly right, because only exactly that 5-goal margin, but the Bears had a couple of chances early that they weren't able to get through to big sticks. Coulson's tap to Green, but he catches his opponent high, so St. Mary's are going to win another clearance here, and they're just all over at the moment. That's Corelli all on his own, just outside forward 50. And, well, he was half going back thinking about a shot. Instead, he's going to opt to go into the pocket. There's another man all on his own in McGibbon. And they're just finding pockets of space everywhere at the moment, the Borough, and this is allowing them all these multiple shots on goal. And now the big man, Ewan McGibbon, who's kicked 11 goals this year.
He's going to go short and find another man standing on his own in a better position. And it will be an easier shot on goal for this St. Mary's side. Just a hole inside forward 50. And leading into it and taking the mark was Boket. So he's going to line up for his first of this afternoon.
And of the season.
Yeah, first of the season for him. So 45-degree angle. Going to kick from about 46, 47 metres out. Starts it out right. Can't bring it back enough. It's trying its best, but it's out to the right-hand side. So another behind for St. Mary's. 6-5-41, margin at 31 points. Thomastown 1-4-10, 12 minutes gone, second quarter.
Well, it's another pivotal part of this game, because if the Borough get the next goal or two, well, you could blow out enough to see them stay in this contest enough and finish the job with the win. But they do get it out to Ball. He wants to get things moving quickly. Jolito was pushed in the back in that contest. So this is a chance now for Thomastown to drive it inside 50. There's a one-on-one inside 50. Goes over the head of Lucenti. Here's Dib. Can he get on top of it? Dib still trying. He was held. He was held. Daisley was all over him, but he held him just too long without the footy in hand to allow Dib a shot on goal. It's going to be a tough one for him.
I mean, yeah, to be fair, if Yusuf Dib's running away from me, you've got no hope. So got to lay a hand on him, and he's going to line up, snap it around the body, and send that one through. So much needed for Thomastown. 2-4-16, the Bears trailing St. Mary's 6-5-41. Still a 25-point margin, but just hoping they can find a spark through Thomastown, and Yusuf Dib doing his best to get them back in this game.
Speaking of that spark, could that be the spark inside forward 50 that the Bears need? Just a small forward or a smaller type stature and player that is able to just to put pressure at ground level, cause a little bit of angst for St. Mary's every time it goes in there a bit ugly, and potentially get on the scoreboard. We'll see how that plays out, but that could be a point of difference today.
He has started most of the game in the centre bounces, but he is starting inside forward 50 now. But the St. Mary's are going to be able to clear this one out and get a kick inside their forward 50. Antipas can't take it below his legs, and it is going to be cleared out by this Thomastown defence if they can take clean possession. It is wrapped up, so we'll have a stoppage inside forward 50 for the Borough as they look for a quick response. And it is going to be Coulson up against Antipas in the ruck. Coulson gets a tap down, but it's gone to Dan Browse he strolls into an open goal, but just hits the left-hand goalpost. And the minor score, a bit of a let-off for the Borough there, because Coulson put it on a platter for Dan Browskis.
Certainly did. He was his second behind. A good kick out to D'Angelo, but he's still in defensive 50. Looks like the outer side's going to be the option. That's where they lean towards. Jolly again the target. Doesn't get to him. The Borough have the numbers here, but it bounces in favour of Janev, who gives the don't argue and put the handball away now to Curry, who shrugs a couple of tackles himself. Over to Capici now. Looping handball back to Janev, who kept running. Chance for LaPiccolo now. They can keep the handball chain going. That one not the best, but Thomastown still with possession here. Janev, another kick inside 50, although that one is touched off the boot. Dean trying to get to front spot, but he was held without the footy. And St. Mary's can reset at half-back. Dean has been absolutely everywhere for St. Mary's so far today. He's certainly leading by example. And Dean look to power this one through towards centre wing broadcast side. Coulson can get there on his own. He takes the mark. And they'll look to push their way forward again. Will the hosts. Coulson sends this one towards half forward. Licenti can leap just a bit too high for him, allowing Dean to come in and punch that ball out of bounds.
Literally everywhere.
He's been everywhere.
Yeah, he's been outstanding today, Nick Dean. Doesn't matter, forward line, back line, of course, he has kicked 12 goals this year, but he's been able to have some fantastic work done all over the ground so far. Tap coming from McGibbon. Green and LaPiccolo ran into each other, and as a result, they're just happy to absorb the tackle and have another ball up almost right in front of our commentary position. I'd say 55 to 60 metres out from Thomastown goal. They've kicked the last one. Jolly in the ruck, just over the head of Liberatore. Here's Capici on the run, tight on the boundary, out on the full. He is capable of some magic, Capici, but just not on that occasion.
Maybe just trying to do a bit too much here, Thomastown. A couple of times they've gone the check side when it probably hasn't been on, but let off for St Mary's, and it will be Cooper Bruce taking the kick out here. He's going to go across goal, a bit of a floater, but it does get to his teammate in time, and taking the mark on the last line of defence. So just assessing what he's got up the ground. Just going to go with the long ball down the line on that outer side, and there's a big pack of players fly. Gedge is in there. Ball comes to ground. Hanlon first to it, but falls over the boundary line, and we'll have another throw in.
Zach, we're about to get to the 17-minute mark. What margin do you think Thomastown need to get this game to give themselves this chance in the second half?
Well, as I put my binoculars on to look at the scoreboard, my eyes are no good.
We'll get your answer back in a second, but the ball goes out of bounds again, so we'll give you another chance.
So 26 points right now. I think if you keep it within that 4-goal margin, then the win is still, I think, doable in the second half. If you're looking at getting that 5-goal win, I think they've got to be within a kick at halftime.
So it's going to be tough for this Thomastown side. And the ball plays restarted on that outer wing. Coulson gets a tap down, and he's going to be inside forward 50 for the Borough through Liberatore. But the relieving mark is taken by Halewood for St Mary's. He's going to move it on quickly and just go laterally and finds Bokert. He's going to look back where it came from, and he's going to go with a short kick to true centre half back, where he does find Bianchin. His kick to Hanlon doesn't hit him on the full. He does well to get it below his knees and gets a handball out, but it's intercepted by a Thomastown teammate. Eventually Hanlon bulls his way through and gets it back. Now the Borough looking to move it forward. A couple of quick handballs, and now it finds its way to Gedge, and now inside forward 50. The kick, it's a 3-on-1 in favour of Thomastown, and LaPiccolo does well, fumbles slightly, but gets the handball out, and now able to clear for the Bears. Gives off a don't argue, gets the kick, and Janev coming in, but a mark is taken by Waite. He's going to send it inside forward 50. Kick is smothered, and Coulson does well, just boot on ball as quick as possible, and has sent it almost to forward 50, where Green's there to rove. He wheels around on the left boot. Jolly's the target. Taps it down to Licenti. He can't take it cleanly. Ball's in there for the Bears. And just gets a kick out in the Jolly direction. He can't take possession. And eventually will be wrapped up inside Thomastown's forward 50.
Almost worked in their favour in the end, Thomastown, with what looked like to be an easy transition again for St Mary's, but those last finishing touches.
Jolly gets the tap down, was looking for Janev, but front spot was Hanlon. He gets another clearance for the Borough, and they're away here if they get things moving forward. Getting the receiving handball was Kitchell. Now a chance here for Stanley. Here goes inside 50. McGibbon's got 2-on-1. A big fly. Couldn't take the mark. There's Dean again, and so is McGibbon laying the tackle. Inside 50 for the Borough, who are looking ominous at the moment. Be McGibbon and Coulson to do the ruck work. Coulson getting the tap. In there is LaPiccolo, but he couldn't tap it to his advantage. Still going LaPiccolo, opts to kick it off the ground. It just makes its way out of the defensive 50, but it won't be for long. Hanlon picks it up again. He's been terrific. Left foot ball inside 50 is an absolute beauty. And Noah Stanley takes the mark unopposed inside 50. And he can go back and extend the margin for the visitors. Well, you talked about doing too much as well before, Jared. It was D'Angelo there at half-back who tried to take the fend off. Instead of just getting boots the ball, they had numbers here on the broadcast side, but instead opted to go in the middle, and that allowed for another turnover. Not in this particular passage, but you just feel like you can sense the urgency from them, but they're not efficient enough to pull it off as it stands. And now, Noah Stanley, in just his 4th game of the season in senior level, can go back and push this margin out further for St. Mary's, but he's missed to the left-hand side. The Borough now 6-7-43. Thomastown 2-4-16. We've just hit time on in the second term.
So a lot of pressure on both sides going forward. Just missing shots that you'd probably pick them to kick on other days. But the pressure of the situation, the last round of the home and away season, is getting to both sides as the kick out finds Latang. He's going to go short, where LaPiccolo takes the sliding mark, handball back to Latang. He's going to handball and almost finds a teammate there, doesn't. LaPiccolo does well, eventually gets it to Capici, just wheeling around, gets his kick smothered, and it's going to be St. Mary's going forward. Dean's there, his handball smothered by Capici.
Well done.
Dribbles one off the ground to a teammate, but McGibbon does well to lay tackling pressure. Dean's in there. And eventually St. Mary's able to run this ball out of the contest and get a kick inside forward 50, and the leading mark is taken. And another shot on goal, and it will be Chichita. He's got 2 for the day so far. We're not going to put the moz on him this time.
No, I won't say nothing. Not saying a word.
He is kicking this one from directly in front, but it is a long way out. Man on the mark, standing probably 47, 48 metres out from goal. So this one will be a tough kick. And really to just pile on a little bit more pain to this home side. Jack Chichita starts his run up and will send this one on its way. Wheels out to the right just to get a little bit more power onto it. It's straight, but doesn't have the distance. No, it doesn't. Spoiled over the line by the Thomastown defenders. So rush behind for St. Mary's, 6-8-44. Leading Thomastown 2-4-16.
Sometimes there's not even much you can do, Thomastown. There's some great ball users on this St. Mary's side. That was Balkit's kick to Chichita there. He's been absolutely superb. So the Borough, they've just got skill everywhere that's starting to bring out its difference on the scoreboard today as well.
Ball gets out to the back of the pack at centre wing broadcast side, but St. Mary's with the numbers again. Corelli finds Waite with the ball inside. Well, I don't know if he meant that one, but that was a picture-perfect kick to Gedge. He handballs away now. Bokit inside to attacking 50, and just on the paint of 50, it's Corelli. Now, does he sense the distance? He's going to point straight to the big six and say, yep, I'm having a shot now. Josh Corelli has been terrific at Northern Nice level this year. 11 games, 6 goals.
He's the youngest player on the ground by a fair way, it looks like. The only teenager out on the ground today, so...
Absolutely.
But he's shown his talent throughout this season.
Josh Corelli to really extend this margin here for St. Mary's. Can he get the little bit of wind behind him? He's going to run around. That's not going to come back enough, but it does make the distance. Another behind for St. Mary's, though. They're 6-9-45 to Thomastown 2-4-16. That's a great exit out of defensive 50 in the end for Thomastown, but they want to backtrack because they haven't got much going forward. Latang gets the 1-2 handball away. Still a chance here for Thomastown. That ball not great in board. Janev is able to duck and weave his way through, but he has to backtrack as well. Green, his kick not a bad one. Great punch from Corelli there to get that ball into ground level. Burrow now with the numbers trying to force the issue. Spills away, still a chance here. Players running into each other at the moment. Eventually we get the ball into the umpire's hands for a ball up.
So Thomastown just throwing caution to the wind late in the second quarter, just trying to move the ball as quickly as possible, but caught themselves up with no options further up the ground. Umpire throws the ball back up on centre wing. Coulson gets tapped down to Green. His kick smothered. And now St. Mary's, Dembrauskas is in there, gets the handball out. Janev just shrugs off one tackle and snaps one on the right boot. Jolly standing under it, edges his opponent under the ball, and it has been a free kick paid in the Mitchell Green's favour. So it will be St. Mary's with a bit of a reprieve on the half-back flank. He's going to go with kick down the wing. It's a 2-on-2 contest there. Gedge is roving and he's tackled immediately. So 24 minutes gone in this second quarter. Wouldn't think there'd be too much time on, so a couple of minutes left here. As Coulson gets the tap down, a quick kick out for the Bears, can't find a target. It just bobbles around there, and now quick kick comes out for the Bears. Standing under it is Kitchell, can't take the mark. And Corelli's in there for St. Mary's. The tackle has been laid, and I think he's told he's dove on it. So it will be a free kick for St Mary's. Now look to go forward once again. Going to go to the outer side where Antipas is. Takes it well on the half volley, but the handball to Kitchell isn't a good one behind him. Antipas goes and gets it. Eventually does get it to Kitchell. And his kick forward to Dembrowskis. He rises up but can't take the mark. Janev's there to Rove. Gets a handball off to a teammate. And now just looking to get the ball out of bounds, really. Holding the ball. Incorrect disposal on that one. So it will be Antipas taking the free kick for St Mary's, looking to send them back inside forward 50.
He's in front of the Thomastown bench, and the left foot ball goes inside 50. Trying to fly was Chichita. Waite got to front spot, manages to get boots a ball, and Ricky Waite's kicked a beautiful goal. He's second of the afternoon. And St Mary's are streaming ahead in this game. It was coming, no doubt about it. They had kicked 2 goals, 7 prior to that major. And Ricky Waite now makes this a 35-point ball game. 7-9-51 the Borough. Thomastown just 2-4-16. And, well, they've been efficient. They've been attacking hard, repeating side 50 entries, and they get their reward. Just their 3rd goal of the quarter. After, as I said, 7 behinds, also kicked in the same term. And now the Borough really in a comfortable spot.
Well, the Borough's midfield is starting to get on top now as well, which is a big issue for the Bears.
As the tap comes down, Green's able to take clean possession, gets a high free kick, courtesy of McGibbon. And just going to look to move this one on as quick as possible, send it inside forward 50 off the side of the boot. It's a one-on-one contest. No one able to take the mark. Going in hard for St Mary's is Chochi. And umpire calls them to play on. So it is wrapped up now, and it will be Piccolo at the bottom, or Natoli, sorry, at the bottom of that pack. And Coulson and McGibbon going at it again. Coulson taps it backwards to Janev, who snaps one inside forward 50. Hayes is there. Quick hands off to Lacenti. He can't take possession. And now St Mary's looking to clean this one up. Daisley's tackled. And Thomastown applying the pressure here. And haven't got much time left in this second quarter. So looking to get another score on the board late to keep any chances alive. McGibbon gets a tap down, but it's sharked by Ball. And he's called for incorrect disposal. And it will be Bianchin with the free kick in defensive 50 for St Mary's.
So we haven't called his name too much, Bianchin, but hasn't needed to.
No.
He's been able to just hold things down in the back line for the time being. He's young in the back pocket. In the meanwhile, he's going to go towards the outer side with this kick. Off hands, and a good mark taken in the end by Lachlan Potter. He wants to continue things down the line. A bouncing ball. Curry tries to get in front. He gets hands onto it. Manages to get the handball away. Curry wins his own footy back after the handball missed Latang. Curry deep ball inside 50. Jolly was able to get hands onto it as well. No one front and centre really for the Bears to get any space. And another stoppage inside 50 for the hosts. So we tick now into the 28th minute of this second quarter. Jolly doing the ruck work. He grabs it out of the ruck. And again, immediately we'll have another stoppage. He gets slow to his feet. He's had his chances today, Jolly. Just like many forwards, haven't been able to make the most of them. McGibbon punched forward by Curry. Dib got the hands away to Green. Green snaps towards goal, but he's missed. No, he's got it. Deceived me just for a moment. But Cole Green gets on the board, and the 3rd major for Thomastown. The Bears move to 3-4-22. St Mary's are 7-9-51. 28.5 gone, second term. And we've said it already, this is the 3rd time now. Maybe, Zach, a spark needed for the Bears.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like, it's if they can just keep this at a sizable margin where it's not blown out by half-time and they're still within it, like that 4-goal margin, then the second half can be anything. You almost start from scratch, but these little moments, sparks of energy, 2 small forwards have kicked their last 2 goals, essentially. So it could be from the smalls that get the job done today for the Bears. And as you said, Nick, it's just these sparks of little energies where they're taking their opportunities. It could turn the tide pretty quickly in their favour.
So ball back in the middle here. Coulson trying to grab that one out of the ruck. Hanlon takes it. Coulson lays the tackle. And the free kick is going to be paid. So Thomastown going inside forward 50. Capici's there. The spoil comes down. Ball's under it. He's going to snap one towards goal. Jolly standing on his own. Will send it through. And 2 in a minute for this Thomastown side. And the margin all of a sudden back to 23 points. Thomastown 4-4-28. Trailing St Mary's 7-9-51. And some good movement inside forward 50, and the ball fell to Nick Jolly. He just almost didn't realise he had so much time and sent through his first of the afternoon, and another much-needed one for this Thomastown team.
I know I said the small forwards are getting it done, Jolly. I didn't mean you, mate. But I think chaos ball could be the way to go for Thomastown. Cause a bit of chaos. Get St. Mary's a little bit nervous with the way they're going. That's 2 quick goals that could change everything for Thomastown.
So back-to-back goals for the Bears. As we're back in the middle, here's Hanlon again trying to make things work for the Borough. This kick not effective either. Now inside 50 for Thomastown. They've got the numbers. Chance for Curry. High ball towards the top of the goal square. Jolly one-on-one. Great punch away from the Borough's defender there in green. And Young clears his lines for the Borough. Great kick out as well. And Nick Gedge to take the mark. He's just going to take some time now in the defensive pocket. So Gedge will go down the line here. Out of side, off hands, and the ball goes out of bounds for a boundary throw-in, as it looks like Michael Tobacco's day definitely done. Wish him all the best, of course, in his recovery as he makes his way through. He does look okay, which is fantastic to see. But we do have a stoppage almost between wing and half forward for Thomastown. Ball gets tossed up. Tap from Coulson, but it's cleared by the Borough. They go towards half forward. Bouncing ball for Jeremiah Antipas. It won't get there in time. 31 minutes gone. Of course, we did have a bit of a delay at the start of the term, so hence the longer term. But who knows if there is still time for any more scores to be added here at Main Street Reserve. The margin sits at 23 points. Coulson, two-handed tap. Chance here for Gedge. Trying to paddle it along to a teammate. Does the ball spill away? Umpire will call for another ball up. So we're not too far away, you'd think, from the end of this first half. The Borough have dominated for most of it, but just in this last 5 minutes, Thomastown have breathed a little bit of life into this contest. And they only trail by 23 points. Coulson straight to D'Angelo, who's wrapped up immediately by Josh Corelli. And looks like we'll go again. We're still inside forward 50 here for St. Mary's. Tap again from Coulson. Lands to Green. He wasn't clean. Dean got boot to ball. And that will do for the first half on this match of the day broadcast at Main Street Recreation Reserve. It's the Borough who dominated for the majority of the quarter. They managed 3 goals, 7. But just in that last 5 minutes, Thomastown with back-to-back majors inside a minute has seen the margin sit at 23 points heading into half-time. St. Mary's 7-9-51. Thomastown 4-4-28. Your goal kickers so far to a piece for Ricky Waite and Rory Hanlon. And singles to Jeremiah Antipas and Jack Chichita. Meanwhile, all singles for Thomastown's 4 goals so far, coming from Anthony Capici, Yusuf Dib, Kyle Green, and Nick Jolly just at the end there as well. So